Fruit snacks are great. Fruit snacks are awesome. Put them in my backpack and let's go get some possums. Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
Hello and welcome back. This is Otter Talk, episode number 15, covering the week of March 25th to March 31st. We're going to be welcoming on our first two student guests of this season, Jaqui, Carey, and Baxter Self on the Braves powerlifting team as they just got back from nationals. Interviewing them is going to be our very own Abraham Romero, as we're going to kick it over to him for the interview.
Thanks, Blake, for the intro. I'm Abraham Romero. I'm here with two powerlifters, Baxter and Jaqui. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, super sore.
I'm in the same boat. Not feeling so hot.
So nice. I know you guys just got back from nationals. How was nationals? How was Chicago?
Nationals was super fun. Chicago, it was super exciting. Got to see the bean,
Nice.
explore some stuff. Super
Rainy.
fun. It was rainy, yeah,
Constantly.
but it was good.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's nice. The bean.
Oh,
It's a
The
big bean.
the bean.
I know you guys do squat, bench, and deadlift as powerlifters, but what's the difference between raw and equipped?
So raw is just your singlet, knee sleeves, and wrist wraps,
And a
then a belt, and then equipped is
It's like real thick polyester stuff. Think of like getting in jeans and then having them suction cup to your body and like fighting jeans in every single lift. And then you get knee wraps that leave bruises and like cut your skin and all that. It's not fun. It's more like torture on purpose.
Nice. Sounds sweaty. Yeah. What's the future like looking for? What's the future looking like for the program?
We have a lot of recruits. George has been real adamant about making sure he gets people from all over. We have people from Texas, Minnesota, Kansas. We have some strong kids coming in that I think can really put Ottawa on the map for powerlifting and take down Midland.
That's good. Is Midland the top dog? would you
Oh,
say?
man.
Yeah, Midland's they were
They're
the
good.
first. They're the originators.
They're good.
Yeah.
But we're better.
will be.
Soon to be better.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Do you guys have any hidden talents?
Yes.
Maybe? Oh, really?
I'm a rapper.
Oh, you're a rapper? All right.
Yeah.
Can you freestyle for us?
Can you drop me a sick beat really quick?
I don't want to copyright anything. Go ahead. Off the dome. Go ahead. I got you.
Okay. Fruit snacks are great. Fruit snacks are awesome. Put them in my backpack and let's go get some possums. Yeah.
Nice. Wow. Thank you guys for coming.
Of course.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
you guys coming onto the show.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having
I'm Abraham Romero.
Yeah.
We're out.
Yeah.
Women's flag people will look to continue their good form after getting back into the win column last week. They will go on the road for back-to-back games in Salina. Leading off with a game against Midland, the Braves would show up in every aspect. This would be the fifth time the Braves offense put up 40 or more points. Leading the way in passing would be Sydney Rude, who would throw for 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. Alyssa Linkus would lead in receiving yards with 85 and 1 touchdown. 3 total Braves would snag a touchdown as the defense would pick up 2 of their own. 4 interceptions from the defense, with 2 being returned for touchdowns as Haley McKay and Brianna Beto would come away with the scores. Hannah Serquina and Abby Brown would combine for 14 tackles as Serquina would lead the Braves in sacks with 3 and tackles for loss with 4. Game number 2 would be more of the same from the Braves. Madison Carrera with 248 passing yards and 3 total touchdowns in the air and tacked on 2 total touchdowns on the ground. 3 Braves again would snag receiving touchdowns as the Braves would go on to put up 41 points again, winning 41-6 against the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes. The defense would again be led by Serquina and Abby Brown as they would both combine for 9 tackles, 1 sack, and 2 tackles for loss. 3 interceptions from the Braves defense as Nina Graveday Peralta would snag 2 in a great defensive day for the Braves. The Braves with 1 game in this upcoming week going to be senior night at home against Kansas Wesleyan on Friday, April 8th. Make sure we go out and see that. A big series for Braves baseball as they would go on the road to McPherson, Kansas for the NAIA Ball Big Series of the week. Both the number 12 team and the number 19 teams respectively would go back and forth in this series. Game number 1 would go to the McPherson Bulldogs as both offenses would come to life. 12 runs for McPherson would be enough to hold off the Braves as they would score just 6. The Braves led in hits 14-12 and had 6 doubles as a team. Matt Aguilar going 3 for 5 at the plate, scoring 1 run and driving in 2. Steven Norrell would start the game, but would go 7 innings and receive the loss. Game number 2 would see more pitching from the Braves side as Tyler Bryant would again throw a complete game on the mound, going for his 5th victory of the season, striking out 9 in the complete game victory. The Braves would tack on some offense late, putting up 7 runs in the 5th, 2 runs in the 7th for an 11-3 victory. Jonah Weisner and Tyler Farnham had 2 hits apiece, and Nicholas Sizemore would lead with 3 RBIs. The Braves, who fought their way down from 3-1, would tie the game up in the top of the 9th, but in the bottom half of the 10th, the McPherson Bulldogs would rally and win the game in 10 innings. The 4-3 victory would secure the series victory for the McPherson Bulldogs. It would be the first series loss for the Braves. The Braves moved to 23-5 at the time and 12-3 in the KCAC. With one more game coming up, the Braves would again flex their offensive muscles, putting up 13 in the midweek competition against Baker. The Braves would lead in hits 14-9 as Jonah Weisner led with 4 hits. Connor Jeffers finished with 4 RBIs, and Austin Warfel would receive the win, going 5 2/3 innings and striking out 10, again showing off the muscles from the Braves pitching staff. The Braves, 24-5, are going to play a weekend series against Kansas Wesleyan this week, a big KCAC matchup, and then go on the road to St. Mary's on Tuesday for a midweek KCAC matchup. Softball with 3 series this week in a total of 6 games. They would first face off against Iowa Wesleyan College on Saturday, where they would sweep the doubleheader with some history being made in game number 2. Amber Flummerfelt and Kelsey Kipps would combine for a no-hitter, which would be the first combined no-hitter for the Braves in program history. This would be the 9th no-hitter overall in program history, as the Braves would secure the 8-0 victory. Following that, the Braves would take on McPherson at home for what would be an exciting 2 games. In game number 1, the Braves would fight their way back, down 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th. With a 7-4 advantage in hits, the Braves would take the advantage all the way to the end with a 2-run home run, a walk-off from Allison Kearney that would propel the Braves over the McPherson Bulldogs 2-1 in game number 1. Some late inning heroics again from the Braves in game number 2, as Amber Flummerfelt would go 6 innings and striking out 2, with Kelsey Kipps coming in to secure the win after another walk-off. Justice Rodriguez would double in the 7th to score Zoe Butts as the Braves secured the 3-2 victory over McPherson and the series sweep. The final series of the week would be on the road in Wichita against Friends University. In game number 1, the Braves would be shut out, putting up no runs in the 7 innings, as Friends would put up 6 of their own to stun the Braves in game number 1. Kaysen Rasmussen would go 6 innings and striking out 5 in the losing effort. Game number 2 against Friends University would go the way of the Braves in a 9-8 victory, with Riley Newbold homering in the 6th and the 7th, putting them on top with the tying and the go-ahead runs. Kaysen Rasmussen would pitch 4 2/3 innings and get the win, striking out 2, and the Braves now 17-8 overall and 7-1 in the KCAC are going to have a weekend series against Southwestern College this Saturday. Women's lacrosse would have 2 games this week as they would take on St. Ambrose University and Missouri Baptist. First against St. Ambrose University, a 15-11 affair as the Braves tried to fight their way back. St. Ambrose would take the lead early and control the lead until the end. Notably, Quinn Crandall would collect her 100th career goal. 4 goals for Cecily Anderson and Quinn Crandall in the loss as the Braves would drop the game to the Fightin' Bees 15-11. Game number 2 of the week, the Braves would travel to St. Louis to take on the number 18 team in the nation, Missouri Baptist. Missouri Baptist would control the game as just 1 goal would be scored from the Braves, as Mackenzie Simmons would score the only goal. The final score, 19-1, would move the Braves' tally on the week to 0-2, as they will go on the road to Canton, Missouri to face Culver Stockton on April 4th. Men's lacrosse also with 2 games this week with St. Ambrose and Missouri Baptist. St. Ambrose being the number 1 team in the nation, the Braves had their toughest fight of the season. The game would be close going into the fourth quarter, but 5 straight goals from St. Ambrose would push the lead out of reach, and the Braves would fall 17-7. Dakota Lepker would lead the Braves with 3 goals on 4 shots, and Jake Nornberg would dish out a team-high 3 assists. The Braves would get back into the win column against Missouri Baptist, winning 8-4. After being down 1-0 in the first quarter, the Braves would begin to mount their comeback and win 8-4, with Vincent DeMarco leading the Braves with 3 goals and 1 assist. The Braves, now 6-3 and 4-1 in the KCAC, are going to head to Marshall, Missouri for a matchup against Missouri Valley on April 5th. Men's tennis with 3 matchups this week, facing McPherson, Baker, and Bethany College. They would go 2-1 on the week, losing 6-1 to McPherson and winning 6-0 against Baker, finishing things off with a 6-1 victory against Bethany College. The Braves will return to the court against Bethel College in North Newton, Kansas. Women's tennis also with 3 matchups, all tightly contested. The first one going 4-3 in favor of the Braves over McPherson College, and then 4-3 yet again against Baker, as both teams would fight their way respectively. The final matchup would be against Bethany College in Lindsborg, as the Braves would pull it out 4-3. And that's going to do it for episode number 15 of Otter Talk, an action-packed week covering the week of March 25th to March 31st. Thank you for tuning in. Let's make sure we go out and support our Braves, as a lot of them are playing at home this weekend. From everyone here behind the camera, thank you for tuning in. Please like and share the video. I'm Blake Griffin, signing off.